Well, it's after the motherlode dig, and we had to take a couple weeks off. I had a homeschool national basketball tournament that I broadcast every year, and then I had digging in Virginia, which that video is still to come. It was a fun dig. Anyway, I was chomping at the bit, like I said, to get the Equinox out there, and so Wes and I made a point, only had one day. I got down there Thursday night, and we went ahead and cracked the hole open, gathered up some coins, and then hit it again the next day. Here's the little kicker. The homeowner, who was fine with us using the machinery, which you saw in the last episode, asked us if we could not use the big machinery anymore. I guess he had to field some questions from neighbors, and he really didn't want the attention. So we did it all by hand this time. We went deep, 3 foot, and about an 8 foot by 4 foot trench, I would say, about 3 foot deep. Bad news, it was raining Thursday when I got there, and so conditions were wet, they were mucky. Not a ton of footage of the Equinox working, but I have to say I was impressed. I did have one target which showed as a $50 on the Equinox, and I wound up pulling out 4 nails, and the coin was at 5 or 6 inches, which for these conditions with all these nails, we don't get that depth with the CTX or with the E-Track. And so for me to be able to get 5 inches, it impressed me. I mean, I was pretty impressed with it, and it continued to pick coins out. And again, it's not, unbelievable because there's so many nails. I mean, it just wasn't bang, bang, bang. You still had to work for the targets, but it was getting the targets, whereas the other machines would only get a few. So anyway, hope you enjoy the dig. Just hope you enjoy the dig. Well, here it is, another lovely Friday. Wes and I are at the hole again, the pit, and we are dealing with some yuckiness, as you can see. It was raining a little bit when we got here last night. I got here a little bit late, so we didn't have a ton of time. We did pull, how many did we pull, Wes? 27? 27. We pulled 27 silvers out last night, and so we are going to go back this way a little bit. We think we're in some ground. It was hard to tell where we had been last time. We didn't mark it like dummies. But I am swinging the Equinox, and I had the settings too high last night. I just using it straight out of the box. And so anyway, did some study last night, and this morning we made some changes. Excuse me. And hopefully it will pan out a little bit better. So we'll see. Okay, I forgot to fill everyone in. After last hunt, when we used the mini excavator, which the homeowner was fine with, he asked us if we could just do it all by hand now. I guess he got some questions from neighbors he didn't want to keep fielding, so we're doing it by hand. Wes is about 3 foot, right there where his feet are in the muck, and we think we're getting into maybe a little bit of a vein. I just pulled, he scooped some out, I pulled out a half, a quarter, a half and a quarter. He pulled out a couple quarters down there, so it's not mini excavator good, but it's still good. I mean, we're over 30 something. We found, like I said, we found 27 last night, so we're probably closing in on 35, 36, but anyway, we're just going to keep trudging on. It is wet and mucky, and they're hard to find, but Equinox is doing good now that I got everything figured out on it, so happy with that. Alright guys, you can see we're still in the same spot. We kind of got into a little bit here. Nothing like before. It's kind of hard because we can't really hunker down like we want to hunker down and dig because it's so wet. We should have brought bubble suits. Right, Wes? A bubble suit.
Bubble suit. Yeah.
That's what we need, a bubble suit. They make them? Probably not to fit me. Huh? That'd be a big old bubble.
I think the best you'll do around here is a onesie.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, let me give you an idea what the Equinox is saying to us down there. It just found a half for us. Wes is stuck. He's going to come out of his boots. He's wearing Jarrett's boots, his boys. I think you might have got that out. Where'd you put it?
All right in there.
Well, it's going to be in the slop. Not giving very good numbers on it. A while ago it was, so anyway, that's how we're getting through it today. Wes going to fish something out. I'll tell you what, the quarters we have found have been brutally nasty. This piece of flat iron, pot metal. Finding lots of pot metal, but anyway, it's a lot slower, but we're still having a good day. We'll keep going. Well, the Equinox has been sniffing them out, and oh, look at there. Wes got one right there. So it's giving us some good readings down in this stuff. I have to say, I'm pretty pleased with it so far. Haven't used it in yard conditions, but we got a direction we think we need to go now, which is about this bowl right here. That's going to get us back over. The original starting place was over there, and I think we came up into here also. Hard to tell. Only bad thing about getting that mini excavator in here was we really couldn't tell where we had been, so we didn't mark it. But Wes, show them your tool you made. Check that baby out. Welded that together. That sucker is heavy duty, and it's getting it done, isn't it?
Darn right.
A lot easier than swinging the big pickaxe. So
Sorry.
anyway, we're going to keep going on, but as you can, oops, I just dropped it. I got her back. But pile's growing. I don't know where we're at, but we're not going to have a 200 coin day, I don't think, unless we get into some wads, but it is growing. And that's what we're after. Alright guys, we haven't been recording much just because it's so mucky. But I wanted you to see the Equinox have been doing pretty good, wouldn't you say, Wes?
I think so, yeah.
It's been talking to us. We just pulled out a half and another. We've decided we're going to come this way right here. That's going to be a nail. There's a possibility. Yeah, there's probably something up in here. But check this out. We popped this half out. And then we had another signal. They're hitting 37, 38. Let's pinpointer, Wes. There you go, beauty. I thought that was one right there. Did you see that? Looked like an edge.
I see lots of things. It looks like
I
something.
know. See what this one is. Boy, it's stuck on good. That is a Franklin. Man, it'd help if I had it on camera, wouldn't it? And this one is a Kennedy. Kennedy and a Franklin half. And guys, we haven't been killing it. I mean, metal detecting wise, yes, we've had a banner day. But what this place has been producing, look at that, guys, I'm using water to clean them. That ought to make a bunch of people happy. They're still nasty, but they are what they are. So I'll show you the bucket real quick. I don't know that we're to 100. Hey, look, honeybee. Check him out. Hey, little guy. What you doing? Don't bite me or sting me. But there's two more in. It's a pretty good halves day. It might be 100. It's just hard to say. But anyway, we've decided we want to go that way just a little bit more. Try to pick some out. Wes is getting a handle on that Equinox, buddy. You gotta watch him. Anyway, we'll keep going, see if we can get some more out of here. Well, just an update. We're kind of sad. We think we've depleted. Wes has got him one. You could hear it singing his E-track. We're closing the hole back up, guys. We pulled about everything. Now we're checking it as we put it back in, but sounds pretty good over there, Mr. Wes. Huh?
I believe it's a half.
Do you? You see it? We're pushing them back in, and he's got some good numbers on it. Let's see. Let's do it live. No, it's to your left. There you go. Could be junk. We dug some junk.
Let me use a big shovel.
Here you go. We got it right here. Oh, you got one?
Oh, good. Right
Here, you work this thing. Didn't stick to the back of my boot, did it, when I kicked it? No.
It's not a very stout signal.
No, it's not. Pinpointer sounds good.
Yeah.
Junk?
I think so.
Well, as I was saying before, this has been one tremendous run. One tremendous run. Quite blessed, Wes and I are, to be able to dig around in this guy's yard. Wow.
What a hole.
What a hole. I'll show you the coins we have here now. I mean, we might add to it. We usually do while we're cleaning up. We found some nice ones, some nice coins. You can see right there is the amount that we've got now. I think there's, I don't know, 73, 74 maybe. We quit counting after a while and just guessed, so that's pretty close, I bet, though. So anyway, I'm not going to lay them out. Not going to do a wrap up now, but I think that's going to do it for us on this hole. That's sad. It really is sad. Unless we get to use the mini excavator again. Who knows? Wesley, I enjoyed it.
I did too.
It's a good time.
Very good. Very good.
Who knows? We might just do it again, but as of right now, I think we're wrapping it, aren't we?
I think so.
Alright. Thank you all for joining us on this incredible, incredible piece of property. We'll see you next week. Well, like I'd said, there wasn't a whole lot of footage. I apologize for that. It was just terribly sticky and nasty and mucky, and I didn't want to ruin my equipment. So we're in a place right now, Wes and I, of, are we done? Are we done with this pit? We fished out 90 coins, with almost half of them being halves, which was a good take. It's not what we have been getting, though. But we're really to the point now of not knowing which direction to go. And so, except down. And we can't go down because it's too wet. And we know the owner is going to do some stuff to the property. And so, it could be over. But Wes and I have been talking. And we're going to bring in machinery and make it all right at the end anyway for the owner. It's the least we can do. But we're going to see if when we bring that machinery in, we can also bring that excavator back in and do one more big dig. We know there are still lots of coins down there. They're just really hard to get to and to pinpoint right now. But if we could go in with the machinery again and do it in a bigger manner, we know that we'll be able to pull out quite a few. So, might even bring a couple extra folks to help us out during that time. But who knows? It's really hard to give up on it. But as you can see, the trench that we dug was very deep and very big, and that's a lot of work for two guys, every day. So we've decided right now just to take a break from it, and we're going to feel him out, and I'm going to resume back to some normal videos. I got my Digging in Virginia 40 video that's coming up, and have quite a few other hunts. And yes, I have found silver since we started this, and yes, it still gets me excited. See you next week.